Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a case where a police officer unlawfully detained and constitutionally violated the rights of a driver parked in an empty parking lot minding his own business. On November 23, 2023, Mr. Travis Hines was driving around Hartford, Illinois, and eventually arrived at the Lewis and Clark Camp River Du Bois State Historic Site, a significant landmark where visitors can experience a range of interactive exhibits. By the time he got there, the museum had closed, so Mr. Hines decided to drive into the parking lot where he would remain in his car and mind his own business. This was when a patrol vehicle suddenly pulled in and came to a stop behind Mr. Hines' car. Soon enough, he found himself in an encounter with a power-tripping cop who was there for nothing but to harass him. This entire encounter was captured on Mr. Hines' camera.
What's up? Okay, yep, everything's okay. What? Alright.
You can stay in your car.
Stay in my car?
You got a driver's license on you?
Yeah, is there a driving license?
What's that? I just want to make sure you're the registered owner for the vehicle.
Yeah, I am. I know I am.
What's your name?
Well, what's your name? Who are you?
I'm Officer Morris, Hartford PD.
Hartford?
Yep.
Okay. Said Morris?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Hines?
So the reason why this area is closed right now?
Closed?
Yes.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that. I was looking for some signs or something.
So they close at 5.
Yeah, I know the building closes at 5.
Yeah, so actually the whole park closes at 5.
Yeah, see, I was looking for some signs. Should I get out?
No, stay in your vehicle for me.
Oh, it's okay.
But you got your driver's license on you?
Is there a driving infraction?
Okay. Can I get your name then?
Yeah, I just told you. You said you're Morris.
Yes.
And I told you what my name is. Do you remember when I told you?
I did. I only heard a little bit of it.
Oh, sure, yeah. Hines?
Hines?
Yep.
Okay, what's your first name?
All right, let's get your first name, Morris.
I don't have to disclose my first name.
Why not? What's protecting you from doing that?
I mean, I can give you my badge number or my last name, and that's it.
What do you think? What's protecting you from giving me your first name?
I don't want you looking me up on social media or anything.
But I would like to do that.
Why's that?
Well, I want to find out who you are.
Okay, well, I want to make sure.
I want to see all the wonderful awards that you probably earned. Right?
But look, you're not in trouble, man. I'm just trying to make sure that.
No, exactly. I don't see you as being in trouble. So let's see. Let's look up your awards. You want to give me your badge number, but
yeah, it's 1180.
I don't know how to look that up.
Okay.
So
well,
Morris, M-O-R-R-I-S, single S probably.
Yes.
Okay.
As seen in the footage, Officer Morris with the Hartford Police Department walked up to Mr. Hines' vehicle and told him to stay inside right away, almost as if he had somehow committed a crime. This detail is important because Officer Morris had technically detained him and was now conducting a Terry stop, which is a brief detention that permits a police officer to approach a person for purposes of investigating possibly criminal behavior, even though there is no probable cause to make an arrest. More importantly, to determine whether an encounter is a seizure and thus likely a Terry stop, courts focus on whether, in view of the totality of the circumstances, a reasonable person would have believed he was not free to leave. So, judging by this, the fact that Officer Morris had ordered Mr. Hines to stay in his vehicle essentially meant that he was not free to leave. The real question is whether this detainment was justified or not. Bear in mind that, in order to justify a detention, an officer must be able to articulate specific facts that led to a reasonable suspicion that the suspect is involved in criminal activity. In this case, if a vehicle is parked in an area that's closed, it certainly doesn't give law enforcement a reason to assume something criminal is going on. Officers should simply inform the driver that they are in a closed area and should leave. That's it. Despite this, Officer Morris had other plans. Instead of simply asking Mr. Hines to leave, he demanded ID with the excuse of making sure Mr. Hines was the registered owner of the vehicle. Note that this was completely bogus, as it's not necessary for someone to be driving a vehicle registered under their name. It could have been a rented car. Officer Morris now wanted to abuse his authority and escalate a very simple situation.
Yeah. So we got that. We're at that point
Andy,
so far.
What was the registered owner of the vehicle? That's a negative. Who is the registered owner to the vehicle? So Travis Hines, that's your name?
Hines, you want to give me your first name, or you're just gonna hold on?
Or that's gonna be it, man. No, I mean, the only reason I came up here, man, is because there's a vehicle here late at night.
Were you called?
No, I'm driving, I'm patrolling my...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm here.
So you're not in trouble. So if you're staying in your car tonight, okay, all I want to let you know is they come in at 7, okay?
Okay.
I don't mind you being here.
Okay.
All right? So just be weary of around 7 o'clock if they come in and then they call us back out here for you, okay?
Oh, you can tell your morning shift that you checked me out and I'm okay.
No, I'm going to. I'm just making you aware of it, okay?
Yeah.
So are you living out of your car?
I might be here at 7. I'd like to check out the inside. It looks like it's free.
No, it is. So when it is open, it is free.
Yeah, it's I have been in the one in Oregon.
So
Fort Clatsop. You know.
So do you travel the country or?
Yeah, I've been in Fort Clatsop, and they actually charge money for touring there.
Okay, but yeah, the whole reason you're not in trouble, like I said, I was just making sure you're okay.
Okay.
You know, we have people stop here all the time that could be, passed out, not just from sleeping, but having health problems and stuff like that. So I'm making sure you're okay.
Well, sitting in this position is kind of giving me a little bit of a health problem. I can get out.
No, it's fine. But I mean,
Just,
AD, are you guys able to give a return on that?
just sitting.
What's your date of birth?
Okay, well, let's exchange that information for sure. I'm curious. You sound like a younger guy. What's your date of birth, Morris?
I don't have to give you my date of birth.
Well, what's protecting you from doing that?
Well, look, this is part of my investigation. I need to know your information.
I'm willing to exchange information with
I get that.
What's this issue with you not giving me your date of birth?
I don't have to give you my date of birth.
And okay, let's establish what is protecting you for giving me that. Okay, what do you think that is? All right, where's that protection? How could you cite that?
Look, I gave you my last name and I gave you my badge number. I'm just trying to make sure you are who you are and that this is your vehicle.
So there's two things you want to figure out. If I'm okay and who I am. And you want more information than just my last name, right? I want more information from you and your partner too, I guess.
I gave you all the information I have to give you.
Yeah, and there's something that protects Mr. Morris from having to give me more information. What do you think that is? A little law, maybe? A little law in the Constitution?
Mr. Hines is referring to the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution, which makes it very clear that the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. And since this detainment was now void due to there being no more reasonable suspicion, Officer Morris was indeed violating Mr. Hines' Fourth Amendment right by not only restricting his free movement, but also demanding his personal information when the investigation was invalid anyway. Plus, in his own words, Officer Morris stated that the only reason he came up to Mr. Hines was because his vehicle was in a parking lot late at night. Bear in mind that this encounter occurred at 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, which provides some more context as to how unnecessary this was. And what's even more ridiculous is that Officer Morris very clearly said that he had absolutely no issue with Mr. Hines being parked there. But for some reason, Officer Morris still drove up to him and is now holding him under investigation for nothing.
Look, I just need your date of birth so that way I can add you to the report.
Now I just need to find out your date of birth is in exchange. Okay. Wait, what? You think that law could be protecting me? What law do you think that is?
Well, right now the park is closed. You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and
I told you I'll let you be here.
I suspect you of maybe committing a crime too.
What crime am I committing?
You're violating my Fourth Amendment rights.
Okay.
So that's a crime. Let's find out who you are, Mr. Morris.
Officer Morris, badge number 1180 for Hartford Police Department.
Okay, I don't have a badge number to exchange with you.
I know, and I got your name. I just need your date of birth.
Okay. Well, let's hear your date of birth, Morris.
I don't have to give you my date of birth.
Okay, and that's because of it's a department policy. Are you protected by department policy?
Of course it is. It's part of my policy. I don't have to give it to you.
Where do you think that, how do they derive that? And I appreciate you putting that right in my face.
It's not at your face. It's actually pointing at your car door.
It felt like my face. Okay, I got you know, a sensory overload.
Can I ask? So I came up here being friendly with you.
Yep.
Why are you giving me a hard time?
You're giving me a hard time. I'm only asking you what you're asking me. You're calling me I'm giving you a hard time. It goes in reverse. I mean, I'm asking the same exact questions. I'm not asking you anything else. Like, are you married? Where do you live? Do you have a family?
Well, I know you're from Washington.
Yeah, tell me where you're from. Where are you born and raised?
I'm from Illinois. You're from Washington, it looks like.
You what?
It looks like you're from Washington.
Okay, there's Washington plates on the vehicle. It's a Ford Focus, it's gray.
Yeah.
You're probably driving a police vehicle. I didn't even get a chance to see what it is. Are you giving me an order to stay in my car?
Yeah, I'm telling you to stay in your car.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to get your information so I can add to the report.
Yeah.
That way I can inform my day shift that you're here, and the reason being is because you drive the country.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't mind you being here tonight, but
I don't mind me being here either.
It's just when it comes to 7 a.m., they're probably going to have an issue.
And I wonder if they're even going to be here at 7. I mean, they didn't put a sign up, but I mean, it's Black Friday, and I wonder if they're going to be open. I hope they are, but I mean, there's a little circumstance going on at this time of year. It only happens once a year. You might be aware of it, Morris. Yesterday was Christmas, and it's not even midnight. Oh, it's only 10. It's not even that late, Morris. It's still Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Morris.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thanks. Yeah, and I know they're closed today before Thanksgiving, just as all other businesses are, like Walmart's and
Okay.
just all kinds of businesses closed for Thanksgiving. But all of them pretty much reopen on Black Friday, but I don't know if this place does. They did say they don't, so I guess I assume that they will open at 7.
That's typically the time they opens, around 7.
Yeah, I already checked out behind there. It's a little ratty. I wish they put a sign saying how long ago they put that recreation village.
Yeah.
Recreation port. But yeah, that looks pretty old. I checked that out.
Okay.
That's interesting.
But I still need to identify.
Yeah.
If you didn't notice by now, Mr. Hines was dealing with Officer Morris in a very strategic manner, which was exposing the unlawful nature of the detainment. Also, it became more and more obvious that Officer Morris was frustrated about the fact that Mr. Hines was not complying with his unlawful orders. This soon became blatant. Moreover, Officer Morris's reason for requesting personal information suddenly changed. As discussed earlier, Officer Morris claimed that he wanted to make sure Mr. Hines was the registered owner of the vehicle, but now he suddenly wants to appear as a caring public servant, saying that he will make sure the park management doesn't create an issue out of Mr. Hines being parked there. This was a complete contradiction because Mr. Hines being parked there was the main reason for this encounter. Despite all this, Officer Morris remained adamant that Mr. Hines identified himself.
Let's find out who each other.
No, give me your date of birth. That's all I need.
We're already at the last name of Morris. Okay. So, all right, yeah, let's jump right to date of birth. You tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine. All right, let's make that exchange. How hard is it?
All right, fine. Mine's 12/3 of 97.
Okay. All right, you said December 3rd, 1997, from Morris. And I could find out your first name going to the police department. I don't know why you can't tell me your first name, and I could find that out
Okay.
at your police department.
Can I get your date of birth now? I gave you mine.
Yep, the 12/24/75.
Okay.
Good?
80. Date of birth is going to be 12/27/1989. Date of birth is going to be 12/27/1989.
After finally getting Mr. Hines' date of birth, something that was not required, Officer Morris related incorrectly to dispatch. Now, this may or may not have been intentional. If it was intentional, it was likely to prolong the illegal detainment even further, but it's impossible to assume at this point. Regardless of that, it's important to highlight that Mr. Hines voluntarily provided his information to Officer Morris. He was well within his rights not to disclose anything. To further clarify this, in High Bell v. 6th Judicial Court of Nevada, The Supreme Court upheld state laws requiring citizens to reveal their identity when officers have reasonable suspicion to believe criminal activity may be taking place.
Well, let's exchange some numbers. So, are you married? Where do you live?
I live in Illinois.
Where'd you go for the academy?
The academy?
Yeah, what academy did you graduate from?
An academy out of Illinois.
Okay, there's only one?
Oh, there's multiple.
Okay, because when you say...
Why are you asking me those questions? I was just trying to get more information for your identity, so that way I could add it to my report.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said, you're not in trouble, okay? But you are here after closing hours.
Okay, yeah, they close at 5, you said, and it's the most important part of protection is inside the building. I would be most concerned about looking for break and entry of the inside of the building. I'm in a parking lot, which, I mean, I didn't see any fence or sign.
All right, so I'm not getting anything with that birthday on you.
With what birthday was it?
You said 12/27/89?
No, I didn't say that. See, that's the problem. I could step out so you could hear me. I mean, I'm talking through a door.
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
No, you didn't hear me. That's the problem. I think that you have hearing, selective listening. I don't think you heard me very well because I didn't say that.
Okay.
It's just.
So here's what I'm gonna do. You need to leave the premises tonight.
What's the problem?
Okay.
What's the problem?
You need to leave the premises. If I come back here again, okay, I'm gonna give you a ticket for being.
What crime I'm committing?
The park is closed. I was gonna let you stay here. I'm not letting you stay anymore. You're not being cooperative.
There was no warrant.
So I need you to leave.
I don't see a reason why I need to leave. All right. I think you're going beyond.
You need to leave.
You're being unreasonable.
I've been nice to you the whole time, so now you need to leave.
What are you gonna do? You gonna arrest me for staying here?
Just leave.
It's Thanksgiving, Morris.
I know, and I'm telling you to leave now. Just leave. I've been nice to you the whole time. You're not being cooperative.
Nobody's
just leave.
There's nobody else here. It's not even over Thanksgiving yet.
I get that. And I've been nice to you the whole time while I'm talking to you.
It's been a peaceful night. I've been minding my own business.
I know, and I'm just trying to...
And you got a problem with me being here suddenly.
Similar to what we've seen many times in this encounter, Officer Morris switches up his reasoning and now retaliates against Mr. Hines by ordering him to leave, threatening him with a ticket if he refused to comply. Note that just a few minutes before, Officer Morris said that he had no issue with Mr. Hines sticking around in the parking lot. But clearly things have changed only because Mr. Hines was actively proving that this detainment was unlawful. Speaking of which, Officer Morris's actions align with the deprivation of rights under color of law. According to the Civil Rights Division, U.S. Department of Justice, Section 242 of Title 18 makes it a crime for a person acting under color of any law to willfully deprive a person of a right or privilege protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States. This law is aimed at preventing law enforcement officers or other government officials from abusing their authority and violating the rights of individuals, something we see in this case. Now let's see how Officer Morris finally gave up and left, but not before threatening Mr. Hines some more.
Suddenly you got a problem with being here.
All right, well, I'm going to be back in a couple hours. You need to leave.
What if my car was here just parked and I wasn't in it? All right? You got a attitude problem, Morris. If it was just a parked car, there would be no problem. You got a problem with me. You don't have a problem with my car. You got the attitude problem, Morris. It's something to work on. That's why you're on night shift. You got something to work on. You're not ready for day shift.
Ultimately, this completely illegal detainment could have been prevented if Officer Morris had done his simple duty of informing Mr. Hines that the museum was closed, so he couldn't park there. The area was indeed closed for Thanksgiving, but it was reported that Mr. Hines later called the museum to ask whether he was allowed to park, even if they were closed. The representative stated that they have no issues with that, and they even said it's quite common for people to park there after hours anyway. By the end of it, this incident goes to show how important it is for everyone to be well aware of the constitutional rights and protections afforded to them. Plus, instances like these highlight the need for law enforcement officers to be knowledgeable about the laws they enforce and to respect the rights of individuals they encounter. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.